Finally, one of the common causes of creative blocks could be procrastination. Now, procrastination can definitely stem from perfectionism. People think procrastination is people that's lazy, they're not wanting to do things. No, you could be a high energy individual who just goes. You're working all the time and you could still be a procrastinator. Just because you're busy does not mean that you're productive. Okay. You might be procrastinating on the things that you need to do and avoiding the things that you might be procrastinating on the things that you need to do because you're avoiding the work. You're avoiding all of the things that come with doing that particular thing because you need to be perfect. You need it to be perfect. So perfectionism definitely can be a root cause for your procrastination issues, okay? However, it doesn't always stem from perfectionism. Procrastination literally could be that you're just not motivated. You don't know your why. You don't know why you're doing what you're doing. You don't know your heart. Okay? You feel like this is something you should do, or you feel like this is something you want to do, but you can't find the motivation. And is a that is a struggle when I spent a large majority of my life looking for passion, looking for I wanted to feel what I was doing. And it was like I would feel it sometimes and sometimes I wouldn't. And when I wouldn't do anything. But sometimes you have to just do because you know that's what you need to do. You know it's the work you've been avoiding. The reason why you can't feel passionate about the thing that you are good at or the thing that you feel called to in your heart to do is because you're not clear on your why. Why? What is your reason? I want to help people like me share their stories because the world has dimmed our light. The world has dimmed us down and kept us hidden. And it's time for us to shout from the mountaintops. Ah! Yes, it's time. If that hurt your ears, I'm sorry if you had on headphones. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. You just need to shout. They need to hear you, okay? And when they hear you, okay, this is the message that they've been needing. But if you don't show up, nobody is going to hear the message that was specifically made for your vessel to express. Not saying they're not gonna get the message, because on there, it's all, if it doesn't come through you, it's going to come through somebody who listens. Now, if everybody don't listen, then ain't nobody gonna get it, and that world would be highly imbalanced. But the world and the universe, the laws of the universe is always balancing. The universe is always harmonizing. So that's not even a possibility in that realm of the laws of the universe. If the universe operates like that, then it's up to us to be on the right side of that balancing. Okay? If you are constantly afraid to put your message out, then who's suffering because you haven't told your story? Whose reflection are you blocking? You know? And so for me, I feel like it's almost my duty. You know, I don't feel obligated, but I feel like it's my duty. And when you feel a sense of duty, it's a different kind of motivation. You know what I'm saying? Duty, not obligation. Duty, not obligation. What is your why? Maybe you just want your family lineage to be healed. Maybe you just want your family to experience the love that has been within you. Maybe you want your family to be free from the traumas and the secrets that has been long held. You know, maybe that's why you want to write. Maybe, maybe. But what is your why? Your why doesn't have to be something grand like that, but it needs to mean something to you. Or else you're going to continue to create circumstances that won't allow you to write. Okay? And then what happens is you're not paying attention that all the circumstances for you to write has actually been available to you the whole time, but your mental has kept you from seeing those opportunities, right? Like for me, I was sitting here complaining, thinking like, oh, my kids, I don't have time to write. And every time I try to do something, either my kids or my husband or somebody like just comes and interrupts me. And I found myself in this blame game. I found myself falling into this victim mode. But you know what the divine did? You know what happened is that I started suddenly waking up earlier than everybody. I didn't do this on purpose. It just started happening, right? Because I set the intention. I really wanted to write this. I really wanted to write these books. I really wanted to, like these specific books, like even my fiction books, for me, they have to have a purpose. I can't just go write in a book because, and this is just me. This is my personal, you might be different, and that is okay. You have to be authentic to yourself. But for me, I started writing a fictional book, but I couldn't just write a fictional tale. I had to incorporate real stories. I had to, this message is bigger than me. This writing that I'm doing is bigger than me. And more than likely, if you're watching this video, it's because you have something that's bigger than you. You have a calling that's bigger than you, and you want to tap into that through writing. And this is where we start to see ourselves unfold. Like when we just start, let's look at our why. That'll help you take the next step, because you might have fear of failure. It might not be because you don't know. You might know why, but you might just have a fear of failure. You might just think, man, if I do this and I do all this work, it's going to be for nothing and nobody's going to read it. One person's going to read your book. One person is going to read. Let's just say that one person reads your book. And you are so down on yourself and you're like, let's just go there. Because a lot of times when we have fears, I like to go to the fear. I like to, okay, what if that does happen? Okay, what if only one person reads your book? What if that one person was about to do something that was going to affect the lives of 100,000 or 1,000,000 people, but your book saved them, or your book changed their mindset, or your book gave them another perspective, or your book healed them, or your book brought them into awareness of something, and they actually took a sharp left turn and went the other way because of your book. If one person does, we have to think in limitless possibilities. What is the possibility that will make you overcome that fear? That possibility has to be stronger than the fear itself. And if it's not, then you, my friend, have to go back to the table and you have to find that why. You have to find something that's heavier than your fear that's causing you to procrastinate on what you are called to do in your heart, okay? Because procrastination is a serious disease that will prevent you from having or maintaining momentum in your process. That's a painful place to be, friend. And I really want you to move out of that space. So, gratitude, peace.